How soothing. Well, everyone, welcome to another edition of the Wanderyuki Cheese Cafe. So, I kind of feel like I have a running theme going on these days where I'm getting inspired to do a lot of herb and spice mixes these days. Like this one I got, which is my Herbe de Provence that I put together in my last spice episode. In case you haven't seen that one, there's going to be a card for it on the top right corner for you to watch it. Once again, it's very simple. You might need just a handful of ingredients if you don't have a full spice rack, but it's honestly pretty easy to do. And again, you're going to do it at a fraction of the cost technically. But I had another one in mind that I wanted to put together, and it's been on my mind for quite some time. Precious juice. So this might have been one of the first ones I was thinking about making my own a while back, and it's a Italian seasoning mix. You see that a lot. People love to put it in their salads or whatever else, and I thought there's got to be a way you could use that, or at least get the ingredients to do your own. And we're actually going to get into that very soon. But before I start putting things together, I have one suggestion for you. Hit that like button below, because, well, I guess it's a bit late, because first thing I gotta tell you is hit that subscribe button below and put the notification bell on, because with that, you're gonna get a pop-up for viewing that there's a new video that's ready. And now you can go like this video, now that I told you to subscribe, because the more likes I get, the more my videos promoted across YouTube, so you're helping me out. Yeah, I think one of my stooges just hacked me, so let's get this started. So, first thing you're going to need to get for yourself is a nice large jar, or you can even do it with a large bowl and then put it in a container afterwards, because the idea is you want to throw all of your herbs in here and then mix them up together. So first thing we're going to do is use something classic. A tablespoon, I guess, although I don't know what's so classic about a tablespoon. You're going to need to get yourself some oregano. So whether you're in doing some Greek cooking, Italian cooking, like anything Mediterranean, it almost feels like oregano is one of the key components about it. I think I remember one of my co-workers that told me a while back that if it don't got oregano, it ain't Greek. And I guess I can kind of understand it because it's in almost everything. So what you're going to need here is 2 tablespoons worth of this stuff. Throw it in, and then you can keep this aside. See? Simple enough. A very pungent smell. That kind of reminds me, I'm overdue to, well, not overdue, but I'm kind of dying to go get some gardening done eventually, because I miss having my fresh herbs, my fresh oregano, my fresh mint, which I did do before. So if you do want to see that again, I'm going to put another card in the top right corner of me putting together my garden back in 2021. Oh, 2021. I think I'm actually approaching the 3-year anniversary of that episode. Crazy how time flies. So, despite me acting like I'm an old man yelling at a cloud, I'm gonna move along to the next ingredient, simple basil. And it looks like I'm out, so thankfully I prepared for this episode because I am gonna need about 2 tablespoons worth, and this thing is barely a tablespoon to begin with. We'll keep at it. There, finally opened. Oh, spillage. So once again, 1 here. And 2. And I guess worst case scenario, whatever is spilled into here, I'm just gonna shake it off, pretend nothing had happened at all. Now, what's the next thing that I'm going to include in here? Well, I guess I could be a little bit more simple. We're going to do some thyme. And unlike the other ones, which is like the basic foundation of your seasoning, this you're only going to need 1 tablespoon worth. And yes, anyone who's going to be doing the whole out of time joke is going to get punched. You have been warned. Dem's fighting words. Okay, so thyme, I think I mentioned a while back, has a bit of a minty scent. And it goes good on a lot of red meats, to tell you the truth, at least from the little bit that I've cooked before. Again, you only need 1 tablespoon of that, so you're all right. Okay, so what's gonna be next over here? Dry parsley. And apparently I'm gonna need 2 tablespoons of this. It's funny because parsley I like to put on top of my pizza whenever I'm dressing it up, and maybe add some color on my dishes, but to tell you the truth, I actually don't use it very often in my recipes. I think one time I put it together was, oh yeah, that was back when I did a little dipping sauce for garlicky potatoes. So that one I remember was sour cream with mayonnaise, a few cloves of garlic, salt, pepper, and a bit of parsley. Because you're gonna have a lot of moisture in there, and what the parsley would do is it would absorb that moisture to kind of dry it out. And speaking of which, I did do that on an episode a while back, also about 3 years ago. So once again, top right for, I'm having trouble speaking right now. So top right corner for you to watch that one. That's something I'm actually thinking about. That's back in the pandemic era when I was starting these episodes, and I was just mostly doing cooking at home, talking to myself and goofing around. I say time flies, but I've been saying that the whole time. Now, this next ingredient actually seemed like it was different. Like I wasn't expecting to use this one. Chili flakes. Apparently need like 1 teaspoon, like 1 tablespoon worth of it. Having trouble getting that out, so I'm just gonna do this an easier way. I think I used these up a while back, and luckily I was able to get a little bit of a donation of some chili flakes to use, because it's not used at the other house, and I'm probably gonna put it to better use than someone else will. That's good here. Then, the next one I'm gonna use is maybe some garlic powder. And unlike the other ones, this is the only one that you're gonna be using a teaspoon of. Why? Well, fuck if I know. All I know is that there was the recipe called for it, so I was gonna follow that. And I have something else over here that I'm gonna use, which is 1 tablespoon of some rosemary. I'm kind of hesitant to use this, only because it's like I pointed out a while back, rosemary, it's one of those that you gotta be careful with, because when you dry it out, it's like, it comes across like these twigs that are, when you bite into it, it's gonna be very, like it's gonna get stuck between your teeth and it's not gonna be as edible. Like if I was to take a twig of this, it's like I could use a twig like a toothpick, you know? Am I right? I'm actually chewing on dried rosemary. Oh well. Hey, come on. You could cook with this stuff, so what's the problem with eating some herbs? Actually, don't answer that. I don't think you want to know that. All this to say that this could be mixed in here. I'm only gonna need 1 tablespoon worth, but you know what? I have an idea. Well, it's something I brought up a little while ago, and it's the fact that your coffee grinders, if you have something for grinding up your coffee beans, could actually also be used for a spice grinder. So I thought maybe I could give this a shot on camera for the first time, because I've never ground up herbs before. So it's pretty straightforward. You have your fine setting, medium setting, and your coarse setting. It all depends on what you're going to be grinding up. I did cover that when I was doing my coffee episode, showing you how to make an Americano for the first time. So if you want that, you know where to find it. Top right corner, once again. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna be doing a fine grind because I feel like that's gonna be the best option for the rosemary. Now, just open this up and hope I don't spill everything here. Come on. The eternal struggle. Rosemary it is. You know, I just realized that I have rosemary, I got thyme. Oh wait, no, I was thinking of something else. A recipe I did see in the store. Oh yeah, wait. I think I'm realizing my joke. I used parsley, I got rosemary, I got thyme. The only thing I'm missing is sage, and then I could be full on Simon and Garfunkel. Okay, bad joke aside, let's just put 1 tablespoon worth in this grinder, or like a little heaping tablespoon. Throw it in, seal that up. Then what I'm gonna do, okay, is see how this goes. So once again, you're going to be getting my very first time grinding up an herb on camera. What the? Oh, I forgot. This grinder seems to be acting up. It won't do anything unless I'm holding it down. But I guess sometimes if you pay for cheap stuff, you know what you're getting out of it. All right, take two. And there you go. We got some ground rosemary right here. Smoky rosemary too. Inhaling them fumes. Oh yeah, inhaling herb joke. You make up your own punchline. Okay, so one other thing to remember too is when you're using a coffee grinder to grind up your spices, you will need to do a little bit of brushing because it's going to be ground up so much it's going to be stuck to the side of the grinder and maybe the lid, so you got to keep that in mind. But all that to say that we have all of the ingredients in this jar right now. I did see that there was a recipe that you could put marjoram in there, so it's another one of those that there's no exact science. You don't have to worry about if you do a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons or you replace one ingredient with another. It's all like a matter of perspective and how you like to do it. The only thing is it's going to be kind of complicated if you mix this up and then you have some other very similar seasonings, because this has thyme, it has basil, oregano, just like Greek salad seasoning. So there's other smaller differences here that we'll be able to distinguish it. Anyways, give me a second, I forgot the lid. Gotta make a fool of myself on camera. We got the lid, and if there's any static, I apologize. It's a wired mic. I'm not gonna be spending a couple $100 for something that's a hobby that won't make me an investment. So you got all your ingredients here. So then what you gotta do is just close it up, and then you just have to give it a good shaking. So here we go. All right, cut that music. As much as I like that song, it doesn't involve shaking any booties, and nobody needs to see me shaking my ass on camera. Now, all that shaking is done, and here's your result. So here it is, your own homemade Italian seasoning. You can put it in salads, you can put it in pasta dishes, you can put it in soups, you can do a whole lot of stuff with this. Ooh, and it smells authentic too. And unlike when you get at the grocery store, you're not going to be overpaying for a small amount. And as always, the risk you run is that they might use some salt to make it a cheap filler material. You don't want to have too much salt in your diet. It's a fact of life. And yeah, I know, it doesn't sound like it should be coming from a guy like me, but I am approaching 40 after all, so that means that I got to be more conscious with these things. And it's kind of nice. Oh yeah, it reminds me. Hang on, I need to get a label out of my ass. Woohoo! So something else that's going to be important, make sure that you're labeling your seasonings when you're keeping them in the pantry, because the last thing you need is that you want to get like Italian seasoning, but then you accidentally get your Herbe de Provence pulled out, because when you look here, yeah, these have some very similar ingredients in here, so you don't want to mix it up with something else. There we go. Italian seasoning for the first time. Herbe de Provence I'm going to put aside. So again, a lot of this stuff you can make at home. It's only going to cost you a fraction of the expense that it's going to cost you at the grocery store, and you can adjust it any way you want. Oh yeah, I guess it's a good time, because here's why. If you're like me and you're buying no-name dried basil, this thing just runs you about $2 on sale or $3 on sale. And I'm talking Canadian dollars, so US dollars is definitely going to be cheaper than that. So really, why spend $5-6 on a seasoning mix when you got stuff already in your pantry that you could do like with a fraction? So there you have it, Italian seasoning from scratch. And on that note, thanks for watching this next spice edition of the Wanyuki Cheese Cafe. So once again, if you like what you see, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my videos so far, and if you have ideas for future episodes, just leave it in the comments section. I'll see if I can do anything with it. Till then, take care and see you next time. Good old hydration. Now, this smells legit.